Streamed live on Twitch at LordBrandon10.
All right, YouTube, we are back with another video, and today we have the #1 Ikora build here in Destiny Rising. I didn't think it'd ever be done, but the GOAT, Sarah and Callie, came in. We did a trio flawless blitz on Master with this, and I was actually surprised. Callie, floor is yours. Show us what's up.
Hi, hello. My name is Sarah and Kali, either Sarah or Kali. I'm fine with either one. I do have to give a tiny quick correction. I don't necessarily think I'm the #1 Ikora. I just think I'm the most invested. Komani, who is currently #2, I think they have the most effective Ikora, and that is specifically because they have a slot 3, which I think is the Courageous Planetesimal. I just happened to go with the first sets that I saw that was recommended to me by the game. And then I do think the most technical skilled would be God's Halberd. Last I talked to them a couple days ago, they were talking about how they're bringing their Ikora into the Arc Expanse, which is precision. They were using an ablation shell rocket launcher, and it would take their full reserves plus a couple shots from the grenade launcher in order to break through. And they were also using something, I forget which artifacts it were, but it was the standard damage resistance ones that gets thrown around a lot, as well as something to do with like if you're shielded, you get weapon damage up as well. And so I just think I'm the most invested. There are other people who are better Ikoras than me. But, so I guess I'll just go through the list real quick. So for my companions, I am using Gwyn, just because signature abilities, which is going to be Ikora's bread and butter. I use Caber because my primary is going to be that grenade launcher. And also, Two-Tailed does also have the arc once it is catalyzed to its C1. So for my perks on the GL, that is going to be Annihilation, as well as the Polypody. Just so long as you're hitting targets and you're just always going through that, Polypody is always going to be good there. Annihilation is just a strong execute, and I do think it's a good perk to use, especially in PvP. I don't necessarily have a double combo kill. If I go, say, my Gemini Satellite, I let that hit the target first, and then once I have my Nebulae stacks, where is that? Yeah, once I get the Neutron Rebirths or so, from that into a single GL, they are at like 5% HP. So I do have to hit them in some other means, or I do need to have someone else hit them, but Ikora gets pretty close to one-shotting in PvP. For my artifacts, I go with Unrelenting as opposed to the traditional While Airborne. I don't think I have that one, just because if I'm always going to be on the GL most of the time, I'm going to be getting that wherever I'm on the ground or in the air. I go for the Bloodthirsty because I do tend to be always fighting all the enemies, and as far as I'm aware, it might be 3 targets, not 5 targets that affects us. Same thing with the Scattering Shell. I'm just always going to be fighting things, so I might as well have this one. If I was a better person, I would definitely have the Courageous Planetesimal just for that extra ability. And like, if I was a better person, I would also swap to this for boss DPS. Explosive Shell, that's on direct hits. This is going to work for your grenade launcher. It's going to work for your Three-Tails. And I also do have her as a T6, so I unfortunately cannot really relate to the whole Ikora sucks thing, because I have been playing with her at her full potential. And when I mean I have been playing her at her full potential, 55,000 final blows. Like, the base Ikora, I don't know what that looks like. I have her at max potential. And then I think that's it for my build. I think we're supposed to load into a strike, right?
Yeah, we'll load into a strike and we'll pick it up at the strike.
Need to handle it.
Alright. So yeah, hi, Sarah and Kali. Current #1 Ikora as of what, October 16th, I think it is, at least on my neck of the world. Just messed that one up. When I was doing this in Calamity Ops, I would wait until I got the enemies over there for my S2, so that way I could just group all of them up together into a single chain of 3-tailed or so. And then normally when there was that Shinka there, I would run in with the 3-tails, and it is a little bit effective against the impact Shinkas. It's enough that, like, say at Expert 2, I think? No. Yeah, at Expert 2 or Expert 1, I could essentially solo it on my own. And then, to be honest, for some of the artifacts that I do have, I don't necessarily feel them, because again, I have just been playing Ikora for so long, it's just intrinsic to me. And then 3-tails, just like in Destiny 2, does have the fun little trick shot deal that you can do if you do have 2 enemies that you want to just have fun with. You can do that trick shot there. Cross shot. And then for funsies, if you are a Warlock character and you've covered town in this pipe, just take a jump, you go zoomies. And then one of the more important things to be keeping in mind when you're playing Ikora is that if you do have the 3-tails equipped, or any other future weapons, like say Dead Messenger from Destiny 2, which has 3 projectiles when you fire it out, you want to try to have your stacks built up before you fire it, because at least with 3-tails, it does let you fire out 2 nebulae per rocket. So if I do have 6 stacks in here, that's 6 stacks that come out, and that is just going to be boosting your output. And then this one is one of my more favorite sections in this strike. And just wait for these guys to come down, and hello!
The ad clear on this thing is actually crazy.
Oh yeah, a lot of people really do not expect it. Like, and again, I don't know how much of it is me being T6, how much of it is me just knowing my kit, but it's especially in, like, say the Gauntlet onslaughts, I am usually like top or second damage sometimes in the normal version. I do tend to lose out in the boss damage, but that is just because other characters are kitted out that way.
And that's against like Hellhest or like Tans?
That I haven't gone in since Hellhast and Rossi's release, but when we still had Gwyn's and Estella as the main characters, I was usually, if not second damage, then maybe third damage. It really depended on how good those relevant characters were. And then one of the things that you can do if you have the grenade launcher is you can dash cancel your reload. I'll spend a little bit of time here just to get some footage about that. You can either wait for the number on your magazine to change from 0 to 1, or you can wait for approximately, I think, 55 to 65% of your reticule to go before you can sort of judge it as when you can go for that dash cancel. And that is specifically like you fire and it hits, you dash, fire, and reload at the same time. And because it is like 60 to 55% of that reticle there, I would call it like what, like a 40% increase maybe in your actual fire speed. And then one of the other things to keep in mind for one of her talents is that when you have multiple enemies inside your ult, thank you for incidentally gathering all of them, it will boost your Nova Bomb by 10% per target in there, up to a maximum of 30%. So yeah, I guess people just are kind of underestimating Ikora's output, I think. Yes, it does take a lot of building, just like, most 4-stars, but I think the easiest way to boost your Ikora gameplay is going to be getting that 3 kills, just because its synergy with the Nebulite stacks is just, I think, that incredible with it.
Wow. Well, Saren, thank you for showcasing that, and wow, this was amazing. If you guys want to see more of his stuff, I will have all his stuff down in the description below, so you guys can see more of the #1 Ikora. With that, yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for the end of the video. As always, we are going to be doing more Destiny Rising videos on the channel, such as this one here and all of the other ones that we have done. So if you want to see these tests live, or these runs live, come on over down to our Twitch channel at Lord Brandon 10, a link in the description, and join our amazing Discord community, which will be the first pinned comment down below. And Saren is in our Discord, so if you would like to ask him some questions about his Ikora build or anything like that, you can come on in, and he is there, and I'm pretty sure he'll be happy to answer any additional questions that you guys have. And with that, we'll see you in the next Destiny Rising video. Peace.